Alright, boys and girls, so today we're going to be writing equations. So our first problem is a we do, so we're going to go ahead and work it out together. Then you have a you do, and then another we do, and then another you do before moving on to your practice. Okay, so let's start with the first we do. It says Benjamin bought 5 spicy chicken sandwich meals and spent $10 on other sides and desserts for his family. He paid a total of $54.10 at the register. Which equation can be used to determine X, how much each of the spicy chicken sandwich meals were? Okay. So we're going to start by analyzing our problem. So remember, when we analyze our problem, that means we text code, figure out what information we need and we don't need. Okay. So it says Benjamin bought 5 spicy chicken sandwich meals. We need to know that part. Okay. Then it says he spent $10 on other sides and desserts for his family. Okay, and we have our keyword and we need to know that he spent $10. Okay, he paid a total of $54.10, and total is important. That's why I boxed it in as well. And now we want to know which equation can be used to determine X, how much each spicy chicken sandwich meal was. How much each of the spicy chicken sandwich meals was. Okay. So here we know that we have the keyword at each. So that means that's our variable, and we're given our variable of x. So each tells us that that's going to go with that our variable x is going to go with whatever number is tied to the spicy chicken sandwich meals. So how many spicy chicken sandwich meals did we buy? 5, and we have the keyword each of them, so we know that the x goes there. And then if it says total of 54.10, is that going to go on the left side of the equal sign or behind the equal sign? That's correct. It's going to go behind the equal sign on the right, because that's our total, right? So that's what we want it to equal. And so it says and. What does our keyword and mean to do? Plus, okay, to add. And spent $10, so that means you're going to add $10. So do we have an equation that looks like that? Yes. B is our correct answer. Okay. And we know that X does not go with the 10 because here it says each of the spicy chicken sandwich meals. So, and we know that we bought 5 spicy chicken sandwich meals. Okay. All right. So that is your first we do. Sorry. Hopefully you got all that. If you didn't, rewind it a little bit and pause it so you can copy all that. Hey, this is your you do. You're going to go ahead and pause the video. Attempt this problem on your own. Okay. And then come back for the next we do. Okay. All right. So before we go on to the next we do, you should have already solved this you do. Just want to analyze it with you to make sure you got the correct information you needed. So it said Perry worked 3 hours at PetSmart on Saturday. He gets paid an hourly rate. He got tipped $6 by a customer for carrying bags out to their car. He earned a total of $44.25 that day. Which equation can be used to determine X, how much Perry gets earned per hour? So we want to know X, how much Perry gets per hour. Okay. And we know that Perry worked 3 hours. Okay. We know that he gets paid an hourly rate, and that he got tipped $6 by a customer, okay, for carrying bags out. Sorry. Okay, so he got a $6 tip. And we know that he earned a total of $44.25 that day. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and write our equation. Also, we know that he gets paid an hourly rate. Okay, so hourly, does that mean it happens once or it happens over and over? If he's getting paid an hourly rate, okay. So that means it happens over and over, right? Um, so this, along with how much Perry get earned per hour, per is your keyword. Hourly can also be a keyword to know that that's going to be your variable, okay? Because it's going to happen over and over. Okay. So how much Perry get earns per hour, okay? So how many hours did he work? 3. And do we know how much he made each hour? No. And we know that 3 is going to go with the X because 3 hours, and we want to know how much he earns per hour. Okay. It says he got tipped by $6 by a customer. He got tipped. Is that a plus or a minus? That's correct. Plus 6. And so then your total would be $54.25. So did you get that correct? Okay. So if you put the 6 with the X, think about it. It says how much Perry earns per hour. So 3 is a number that goes with hours. It says 3 hours. So that's the one that you should have had with your X. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this second we do, which is problem number 3. And then you will do by yourself. So a Super Bowl party sub was cut into 6 equal pieces that were X inches long. Before cutting the sub, Kevin took 6 inches of the sub for himself. There was still 30 inches of the sub when the game started. Write an equation that can be used to determine X, the length in inches each of the pieces of sandwich. Each of the pieces of sandwich. Okay? So we know that X is the length. Sorry, guys. So X is the length in inches each of the pieces of sandwich, okay? So now we know that we have 6 equal pieces, okay? And so here it says X, the length of each of the pieces. So that means that pieces is what goes with our variable, okay? Because we have our keyword each right here. And remember, each tells us that that is our variable. That is our X, okay? So before cutting the sub, Kevin took sorry. For Kevin took 6 inches. So if he took, is that adding or subtracting? Okay. If you said subtracting, you are correct. Okay, because took, take away, right? And then there was still 30 inches of the sub when the game started. So if there's still 30 inches of the sub, what operation does that mean? Okay. So yeah, if you said that that's going to be your total, you are correct. Okay. So this would be our total. So we said that X goes with each of the pieces, right? So X is going to go with 6. That is correct. Okay. And then we said took, that means to subtract. So we're going to subtract 6 inches. And then if there was still 30 inches left of the sandwich, that is your total. Okay? And today you're simply writing, so you're just writing the equation, you are not solving. Okay? So this is your you do. It says Parkside High School was having a talent show to raise money. It was X dollars for adults and $8 for students. Stephanie's family had 4 adults and 1 student. Okay, this is a 1. Okay. And 1 student, her family paid $48 to see the show. Write an equation to determine how much money was paid for each adult. Okay? So remember, you're writing an equation to determine how much money was paid for each adult. Remember, here you have the keyword each adult. Okay? What does that mean? Okay? So if you said that means that's going to be your X, you're correct. Okay? So all I'm doing for you on that you do, you're going to finish it off. When you finish it, when you're finished with the you do, raise your hand. The sub will bring you your practice. Okay? Make sure you turn your practice into the sub at the end of class. Okay? And then make sure you also complete your exit ticket. Okay? So at any point, if I was going too fast, you can rewind, pause, okay, to make sure you finish copying. Okay, so you're finishing off the you do. When you're done, raise your hand and the sub will bring you, the sub or your teacher will bring you the practice. Okay?